to few more questions of trigonometric functions, where we will take particularly the sums on the sum type, the difference type and the product type. What is sum type, difference type and product type? It is the sine a plus b, cos a plus b, okay, or 2 cos a cos b, 2 sin a sin b, sums based on those formulae. I have picked up a few important questions. Go through the entire video because these are questions which can be little tricky for you. So all the sums are important. Okay, so let's see. Trigonometric functions, now it says cos alpha, cos 60 minus alpha, cos 60 plus alpha. Now here cos alpha we'll just write like this and we'll have to prove that. We have to prove that side, left hand side. Okay, we'll start always from the bigger side, and here this is like cos c plus cos c cos d. Okay, so it is like cos c cos d. So we have the formula which says 2 cos c cos d, yes, which says 2 cos c cos d is cos c plus d and plus cos c minus d. We are going to use this formula. Okay, here this full portion is my c, this full portion is the d. So this is the portion that we assume is written here. We are not talking about this. So what I will do here is, I'll just take a half here. Why half? I am dividing by a half because I want to multiply with a half. 60 minus alpha cos 60 plus alpha. Now what I have done, I have made this, this full thing, this one now look like this. 2 cos c plus d it has become. Okay, now that is equal to half cos alpha inside bracket only for this much. If I add them, I get cos 120 and plus cos, this is 2 alpha. Now actually I am getting cos minus 2 alpha, but then cos minus theta is equal to cos theta. That is why I am getting cos 2 alpha. Okay, now this is half cos alpha, okay, and cos 120. What do I do with this cos 120? Cos 120 can be written as cos 180 minus 60, yeah, plus cos 2 alpha. Okay, so cos 180 minus 60, that is equal to, here we are here in the second quadrant, 180 minus 60, we are here. Okay, and if we are here cos 180 minus 60, that means this is all sine. Cos is negative here. Okay, so cos will be negative here. Then what will happen? Here the value of cos becomes, cos 60 is how much? Cos 60 is a half. Okay, but then here we'll have to write a minus half because we are in this quadrant. So half cos alpha minus half plus cos 2 alpha. Okay, that is equal to half, if I just leave there, okay, then minus half cos alpha, okay, plus I am multiplying this cos alpha cos 2 alpha. Okay, so let me now, just to make it again look like 2 cos c cos d, I'll multiply with a 2 here, I'll multiply with a 2 here also, because then I'll have to multiply with a 2 here, and so this is gone. Now it became minus cos alpha because I multiplied with a 2. Okay, and then I'll have to divide with a 2, that will make it 1/4. Okay, now I'll work on this. Okay, so this is 1/4 and then minus cos alpha, and only this part is cos c plus d, which is plus cos 3 alpha, cos c minus d, which is plus cos alpha. Okay, so here this cancels, 1/4 cos 3 alpha. Okay, so we used, this is our RHS. So we used the formula twice, cos c plus cos d we have used twice. Now we have to prove this 1 by sine 10 minus root 3 cos 10. We'll start from the left hand side. Okay, once we start from the left hand side, we'll take the LCM because otherwise we are not being able to join these two. So sine 10 cos 10. In LCM what happens? This gets multiplied here. Cos 10 minus root 3 sine 10. Now what I am watching here is these two values are equal and there is a sine 10 cos 10. So I am having this formula in my mind now. 2 sine A cos A. This is what I have in my mind now. But let me work on the numerator first. Now here I have a root 3. Here when I see this, I am thinking of making it root 3 by 2. Then I can substitute some values. Root 3 by 2 sine 10. This is, I have multiplied with a half. Okay, so I have divided with a half. So I have to multiply also with a half. Okay, and that is sine 10 cos 10. Okay, so I have divided, so I have multiplied also. Now that gives me, if I see here, this is sine 60, this is cos 60. So it has become 2 cos 60 cos 10 minus sine 60 sine 10. Okay, this has become like that, and sine 10 cos 10 sine 10 cos 10. Okay, that is equal to 2. This formula is from cos A minus B, right? This formula is from cos A plus B, right? And here, if I multiply with the 2 here, I'm sorry, we'll have to prove this is equal to 4, not 1. Okay, if I multiply with a 2 here, then I'll have to multiply a 2 here also. So this becomes 4 and 2 sine 10 cos 10. As I said, this is the formula which was going on in my mind for the denominator. So 4 cos 70 and sine 20, but that is not helping me. Okay, so 4 cos 90 minus 20. 90 minus 20 is 70 and this is sine 20. What is that equal to? I'll do it here. This is 4 sine 20 sine 20. This is coming from complementary angles formula. 90 minus alpha for cos is sine alpha. Okay, that is equal to 4 is equal to RH. We have to prove this. Okay, so they have derived and given us the value of cos 36 root 5 plus 1 by 4, and they have given us the value of this also, root 5 minus 1 by 4. Okay, so that is a very simple calculation, minus root 5 plus 1 by 4, which is equal to 2 by 4, which is equal to half, which is equal to RHS. Okay, now here I am asking something. If sine 18, just now you saw, is a root 5 minus 1 by 4, can I write sine 18 in a different way? Like, can I write sine 90 minus 72? That is also root 5 minus 1 by 4, right? So that becomes not sine anymore, using complementary angles. Cos 72 is a root 5 minus 1 by 4, right? Okay, so this is coming from complementary angles. So that means sine 18 is equal to cos 72. Similarly, cos 18 will be equal to sine 72 degrees. Okay, please make a note. This is coming from complementary angles. We'll have to prove this side is equal to this side. Let's start from the LHS. Now these are few values that you will have to remember. Okay, this is sine square 90 minus 18 minus sine square 60. Okay, cos square 18 minus sine square 60. Why I am doing this? Because I know the value of cos 18. That is why I am doing this. Now the value of cos 18 is a root over 10 plus 2 root 5 by 4. The root sign is only for the 10. Okay, minus sine 60 is a root 3 by 2, square of that is a 3 by 4. Now here also we'll have to put a square because it is cos square. When you put a square, 10 plus 2 root 5 by 16 minus 3 by 4, this gives me 16, and this is 10 plus 2 root 5 minus 12. Okay, so taking LCM as 16. Now here 2 root 5 minus 2 by 16, which is root 5 minus 1 by 8. So we got our answer. Okay, that is equal to right hand side. Okay, cos alpha, cos 2 alpha, cos 4 alpha, cos 8 alpha all multiplied is equal to 1 by 16. Very important question. Okay, so you must know this question. Now if it is cos, what do we do? Here we are trying to, here we'll divide with a half. Okay, and we'll also multiply with a half. Okay, then we'll also multiply a sine alpha, then we have to divide also with a sine alpha. Okay, and then cos alpha, then we are writing this, then copy the rest. Okay, cos 4 alpha, cos 8 alpha. Okay, as usual. Then here I'll keep writing this sine alpha, then this much is sine 2 alpha, then cos 2 alpha, cos 4 alpha, cos 8 alpha. Okay, this is again I'll divide with a 2. Okay, that makes it a 4 sine alpha. I will also multiply with the 2 here, that gives me a sine 4 alpha. I missed one step. Okay, 4 alpha cos 8 alpha. That is equal to, again I will, again 1 2 I'll give here, that makes 8 sine alpha, and then this becomes 2 sine 4 alpha cos 4 alpha, which is a cos sine 8 alpha and cos 8 alpha. I will further divide with a 2, 16 sine alpha. Okay, and this is sine 16 alpha because I have multiplied with a 2 and then use the formula. Okay, now they have told if alpha is 24. Okay, so sine 16 alpha, 16 into 24, that is 384, right? It is 384. If it is 384, that means it is 360 plus 24. Okay, so I can write here, now I can write 1 by 16 sine alpha, sine, this is 360 plus 24. Yes, this is 360 plus 24, which is 1 by, this is 360 plus 24 is a sine 24 again. Okay, so sine 24 means sine alpha. So sine alpha 16 sine alpha. Okay, so this will get cancelled, 1 by 16, that is equal to RHS. Very important question. You have to just use one formula and you get your answer. Now, quite a similar question we'll have with sine. This is also important. Sine 50, sine 70. Remember, the method for sine and the method for cos is going to be different. Okay, this is equal to 1 by 8. So, left hand side. Now, what we'll do? Divide by a half, multiply with a half, sine 10, sine 50, sine 70. We have to keep writing this. 1 by 2, this one is how much? It is 2 sine 10, sine 50 is a cos 40 minus cos 60. Okay, C minus D and C plus D. And then write the sine 70. This is equal to half cos 40 we don't know, but then cos 60 we know is a half. sine 70. This is equal to half cos 40 sine 70 minus 1/4 sine 70. Okay, so here we are going to use formula again, 1/4. So multiply with a 2 and divide by a 2. So when I multiply with a 2, I get sine 110 on adding, okay, plus sine 30, close the bracket, minus 1/4 sine 70, which is 1/4 sine 110 plus 1/4 sine 30 minus 1/4 sine 70. Okay, here 1/4 sine 110 plus 1/4 sine 30 is half, okay, minus 1/4 sine 180 minus 110. Okay, sine 180 minus 110 is a sine 110. Okay, and it is positive also. So how much do I get now? That is equal to 1/4 sine 110 plus 1/8 minus 1/4 sine 110. Okay, that is, this cancels. We are left with 1/8, which is the RHS. Okay, so here we have a different formula to use. We have 2 sin A sin B formula to be used. Okay, and then we have the other formula, 2 cos A sin B, that one. We have to prove this is equal to 0. Okay, all pluses in between. Okay, so what do we do? Cos A, just copy, plus. We'll use the formula of cos A minus B. Cos 120 cos A plus sin 120 sin A plus cos A plus B formula, 120 cos A minus sin 120 sin A. Okay, that is, now what will happen? This is going to get cancelled. Okay, so our sum has become short. Cos A plus cos 120 is cos 180 minus 60 cos A plus cos 180 minus 60 cos A. Okay, that is equal to cos A plus, this is how much? Cos 60 is how much? Because cos 180 minus 60 is a minus cos 60. So, not plus, minus cos 60 cos A minus cos 60 cos A. That is equal to cos A minus 2 cos 60 cos A. Okay, that is equal to, cos 60 is equal to a half. So cos A minus 2 into half cos A. Okay, so this is gone, that is equal to 0. That is our right hand side. So here we use the formula of cos A plus B, cos A minus B. Cos 10 plus sine 20. Okay, cos 20 minus sine 10. Now what is this? We have to find the value. Okay, find the value of this. So when we look at this, we don't have a formula for cos A sin B. Okay, we have sin A sin B, cos A cos B, but for cos A sin B we don't have a formula. What to do? We will cos, okay, here 10 plus sine 90 minus 70. This is cos 20 minus sine 90 minus 80. So we have converted them, we are trying to convert them to the same trigonometric ratio. Cos 70 cos 20 minus cos 80. Okay, here 2 cos 40 and cos, this is using the formula 30. Okay, 60 by 2. This is 2 sine 50 and a sine 30. Okay, sine 50 and a sine 30. Now cut this out. Now still we are not being able to reach any value. So what to do now? Now we will write here cos 40 is cos 40 is cos 90 minus 50. Okay, and cos 30 is, what is the value of cos 30? Is a root 3 by 2. This is a root 3 by 2. Now sine 50 is a, this will keep it as sine 50, and sine 30 is a half. Okay, if we do that, this is now sine 50, right, by sine 50, and then we have a root 3 which is equal to right hand side. Yeah, so that is our right hand side. So in this formula we mostly used complementary angles, okay, because we have to remember that cos C cos D is there, cos C minus cos D is there, but then cos and sine, cos C minus sine D is not there. There is no formula. There is no formula like that. Okay. Now these are 2 cos 50 cos 5 theta cos 3 theta. 2 cos 5 theta cos 3 theta. We'll have to write in the sum formation. So here we have cos, add them 8 theta, okay, plus cos 2 theta. Very simple. This is just for remembering the formula. Cos alpha plus beta, cos alpha minus beta. Here we'll have to write in sum formation. So first multiply with the 2 and also divide with the 2. When we multiply with the 2, then we get it in this format, which is cos alpha plus beta plus alpha minus beta cos 2 alpha, plus cos alpha plus beta minus alpha cos 2 beta. So this is my answer. So if you do these sums, you will be able to, all your confusion that you have about remembering trigonometric formula will be gone if you do these few sums. Sine 12a plus sine 4a, okay, that is 2 sine, this is 16 8a sine, okay, cos 4a, again by use of formula. Sine 12a minus sine 4a, this is again cos 8a sine 4a. These are all direct application of formula. Okay. So another thing I want to tell all of you, please don't leave these questions which are in the beginning of the exercise. That is why I took up these questions. Don't leave these questions thinking they are too simple. Whenever you are attempting one chapter, do it from the beginning till the end. Otherwise, if you pick up 5 questions from each chapter thinking now in 11th I can't do all the sums, even now in 11th you will have to do all the sums, right, and from the beginning to the end. Only then you will be able to finish all the questions and you will be able to do all the questions. Otherwise, if you start from the difficult ones, you will not be able to do them all of a sudden. Okay. Now this is our last question, but it is a very interesting question. We have to prove this. Okay. So when I look at this sum, I can't understand anything. But then I am seeing this. Okay. Whenever I get a root 2, I get an indication that there is some 45 here. Okay, so what I will do is left hand side 1 by root 2 cos 15 minus 1 by root 2 sine 15, and then full thing multiplied with the root 2, full thing. Okay, full thing multiplied with the root 2. Now root 2, this is, can I write a cos 45 cos 15 minus sine 45, because it is value of sine 45 sine 15, and now that is equal to root 2, this is cos 45 plus 15, right? Okay, which is root 2, and cos 45 plus 15 is a cos 60, and a cos 60 is 2. Okay, cos 60 is a half. Okay, so half. Now if I cancel here, I get a root 2, which is 1 by root 2, which is equal to RHS. Okay, so like this you will have to take some hints. When I saw this root 2, I thought maybe I can do this sum with a 45. So those were few of the questions from trigonometric functions. Again, my next video, I am going to take up the next video in complex numbers. So please watch the video if you need, because if your school is doing complex numbers, please watch the video. It is going to be a detailed video with all important types of questions. Okay, so that is it for today. Thanks for watching the video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe, as I always say. Okay, thanks all of you. Bye then.